background. Online learning is increasingly influencing both classroom and campus-based teaching, but most importantly, it is leading to new models or designs of teaching and learning. Let me just start with the introduction. In the introduction part, I'm just going to define what is online learning so that you will have a general idea about it. According to Benson 2022, online learning refers to education undertaken through the internet, while Allen and Seaman 2017 has defined online learning as the usage of various digital tools and platforms to deliver content. This includes video lectures, interactive modules, discussion forums, and other digital assessments as well. Just a little bit background of my study. It cannot be denied that in this digital age, we are so immersed in technology. There are new technologies coming up. The usage of new digital devices or tech-powered devices have increased students' attention in the instructional environment, also enhancing their performances in the classroom. The use of technology in the education sector has disrupted the modes of traditional teaching and learning activities, especially after the COVID-19 period. Digital literacy has brought trends such as the uses of new devices, like I mentioned earlier, and it has become a need for us as educators and also students to possess digital skills in the digital era, which we are currently in right now. Just a little bit of a brief explanation on what is digital skills. Digital skills is most knowledge-based activities which heavily depends on the usage of technology. However, the key issue here is these skills need to be embedded with the knowledge that we have. No point if we have digital skills but we do not use them. So we need to incorporate both. For example, I'm just giving an example. Radiologists knowing how to use new technologies that read and analyze the MRI scan. Without the practical, of course, the radiologist will not be able to do that. This is the issue for my research. During the COVID-19 pandemic, most of the instructors did not adapt to their teaching methods to accommodate individual students learning alone. Most use video conferencing method for the delivery of synchronous lectures. This is according to Bates, but based on my experience as well as a lecturer in University Tunku Abdul Rahman, we moved on from a physical classroom to synchronous lectures where we had video conferencing during the COVID-19 period. In other words, best practices in online developed over the period of 20 years were ignored and are not applied due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which was sudden. Institutions which had extensive online programs prior to COVID-19 managed better than those who did not had online programs that much. This is according to Moore 2021. The objective of this research is to examine the perceptions of language educators and students in enhancing the online English courses in University Tunku Abdul Rahman. This research involves English language educators and students who were involved, that means those who have taken the English courses, and those who are involved, those who are currently taking in the online teaching and learning processes. Okay, let's look at the methodology of my research. I'll be using the qualitative I'll be using the qualitative methodology for my study, where I will be conducting in-depth interviews through the preparation, okay, the interview stages, and also transcribing the data that I get. I'll be interviewing the educators and students by having a personal interactions, which will be done online and also recorded with transcription. This is to ease um, myself to listen and re-listen the recording so that I can analyze the data accurately. So far, I have planned to interview 15 instructors or educators and 15 students. And lastly, I will be using the thematic analysis, which consists of 7 steps to analyze the data. I have chosen the qualitative method for this particular objective because I would like to obtain detailed and significant insights towards participants' experiences, beliefs, and motivation. Because as educators and students, I believe that they have experiences, using technological devices and going through online classes and from the COVID period. Yeah. The thematic analysis will be used for my research, where it involves 7 parts or 7 procedures. Firstly, the familiarization of the data, where I will be transcribing and also reading and rereading to ensure that I have the correct answers for the question. Next, I will be generating the initial codes where I will be doing the coding and also deciding on the tools that I will need for this research. Thirdly, I will be searching for the themes where I will examine the code that I have written down and also develop the relevant themes. Next, I will be reviewing the themes and I will also refine and validate the themes. Okay. Next step, step number 5, I'll be defining and naming the themes by giving certain definition based on the questions. Step number 6, I will be writing the report and doing the checking. And lastly, I will be reviewing and finalizing, also getting feedback from peers to validate the analysis. In conclusion, as well as research-based practices, there are a lot of different practices which comes up based on teachers and educators' experience of teaching. In many cases, these have been validated by research, but it is not always shared openly. As a result, what some educators or what some people see as best practices are not always universally shared by others, even if it is the best one. Hence, the perceptions that I get, it can be shared with others because it can provide valuable insights and recommendations. And it will not only be applicable in University Tunku Abdul Rahman, but also to the broader educational community where strategies can be developed for their usage as well. That's all from me. These are my references for this research, the small research. Are there any feedbacks or questions?
Okay, Thank you, Ms. Dinisha Silvaraj. Okay, congratulations and well done to the presenter. This study explores the perspective of both educators and students regarding the effectiveness of online English courses at UNITA. It's aimed to identify areas for improvement in online languages education and enhance learning experience and outcomes. Okay, thank you again to speaker for that insightful presentation. We now have some time for questions. If anyone has a questions, please feel free to either unmute yourself and you can answer now. Thank you.
Any questions or suggestions or feedback? Because it's part of my PhD studies.
If we don't have any questions, then we will move on. Okay, we will now move on to the next presentation. Thank you, Dinisha Silvaraj.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Okay, next we invite Miss Shi Rui Lian.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Invite Ms. Shi Rui Lian to provide her presentation, Research on Application of Project-Based Learning in Teachers Training Courses in Normal University.
Yes, let me share my screen.
I'll give you 10 minutes. Start now.
Okay. Can you see my... Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to have this opportunity to present my research. My name is Shi Lian. My research topic is research on the application of project-based learning in teacher training courses in normal university. It includes 4 parts. Part 1, introductory. 2, application case studies. Part 3, effectiveness, evaluation, and feedback. The last one is conclusions. Part 1, introductory. First is introduction to project-based learning, origins of project-based learning. Project-based learning stems from Dewey's pragmatic philosophy of education, which emphasizes students' active exploration and problem solving through participation in authentic or simulated real-world projects that promote deep learning and skill development. Theoretical foundation analysis. It is supported by constructivist social cultural theories that view learning as a process of constructing knowledge through practice, collaboration, and reflection, rather than passive acceptance. Higher education application value. In the teacher training courses, project-based learning stimulates students' interest, foster critical thinking, teamwork, and innovation, and enhances the ability to solve complex problems. Next is the background and the challenges of the teacher training courses. Standards of the teacher training courses. In recent years, teacher training courses in colleges and universities have faced problems such as the single teaching mode and low student participation, and are in urgent need of innovation and reform. Limitations of traditional teaching. Traditional didactic teaching is difficult to stimulate students' interest, and the lack of practical sessions leads to a disconnect between theory and practice. Project-based learning advantages. Project-based learning emphasizes practical operation and teamwork, which can effectively enhance students' problem-solving ability and innovative thinking. transformation of higher education. In the face of educational needs of the new era, colleges and universities are actively exploring student-centered teaching models, and project-based learning has become an important direction. Part 2. Application case studies. Specific implementation strategies and methods. Project desire. We carefully selection of project topics closely related to teacher training courses ensures that the students are able to apply their theoretical knowledge to practice, such as conducting basic education research or designing instructional programs. Teamwork. Students are encouraged to form teams freely and work together to complete projects through division of labor, which promotes communication and collaboration skills, as well as enhances their understanding of educational theory. Process guidance follows the progress of the program, provides feedback and advice, and guides students in solving problems encountered to ensure that the program runs smoothly and meets the desired learning objectives. Results showcase. Organize project results presentations to give students the opportunity to present their findings while receiving critiques and promoting personal growth through feedback. This is a case presentation, production of brochures. The driving question is how to design a grounded pamphlet that is easily understood by the general public to publicize and popularize the rights and duties of students, teachers, and parents, and to distribute it to parents on the occasion of the enrollment of new students. Instructional desire. Teachers provide learning resources. Students learn independent, conduct field research, use collective wisdom, and develop a brochure, which is presented by each group and shared with the class. Implementation process. Under the guidance of project-driven questions, students independently study the relevant content and conduct field work against the product standards, and work together to complete the promotional brochure, which enhances the integration of the theory and practice. The last one is results showcase. At the end of the project, the groups report back, teachers and classmates evaluate together, and excellent brochures can be added to the credit back to enhance the students' motivation to learn. Part 3 is effectiveness evaluation and feedback. When the course is finished, student engagement and satisfaction survey. Questionnaire desire. Questionnaires were designed to cover the dimensions of course participation, teamwork, self-directed learning ability, and satisfaction in order to give a comprehensive understanding of the student's learning experience. Data analysis. Statistical software was used to analyze the data and identify the impact of project-based learning on students' engagement and satisfaction, as well as problems and space for improvement. Feedback from interviews. Through in-depth interviews, students' raw feelings and suggestions about project-based learning were collected to supplement the limitations of the questionnaire and give a deeper understanding. Case studies select typical project cases, analyze their implementation process, student participation, and final outcomes, and assess the actual effect of project-based learning. Analysis of learning outcomes and capacity enhancement. Codification of results through project-based learning. Students are able to apply theoretical knowledge to practice and produce concrete learning outcomes that virtually reflect the effectiveness of learning. Capability enhancement. Project-based learning emphasizes teamwork, problem solving, and critical thinking, which effectively enhance students' comprehensive ability and the sense of innovation. assessment system to establish a diversified assessment system, including self-evaluation, peer evaluation, and teacher evaluation to comprehensively examine students' learning outcomes and competency enhancement, and to ensure the fairness and accuracy of the assessment. Feedback mechanisms regularly collect feedback from students and teachers to continuously optimize the project design and teaching strategies, promote the continuous improvement of teaching quality, and form a virtuous cycle. The last one is conclusions. The value and limitations of project-based learning in teacher training courses. Value one is enhancement of practical skills. Project-based learning enhances students' ability to solve complex problems through practical operations, closely integrates theoretical knowledge with practice, and improves the practicality of teacher training courses. Value 2 is stimulating student interest in learning. The project-driven teaching mode can stimulate students' enthusiasm for learning, promote active exploration and teamwork, and help to cultivate students' innovative thinking and critical thinking skills. Limitation 1. Resource and time challenges. The implementation of project-based learning requires rich teacher resources and sufficient time, which puts higher demands on the organization of college teacher training courses and the instructional desire of teachers. Limitation 2. Evaluation system construction. The establishment of a scientific and reasonable program evaluation system is the key to ensure the fairness and effectiveness of the evaluation by taking into account the students' learning process, teamwork, and final results. That's all. Thank you for your listening.
Congratulations and thank you to presenter. Any questions? You can raise your hand if any. If not, Tanisha, you want to ask something? Okay, it's okay. So, since we have no questions, we move on to next presenter. Okay. So next, we invite Mr. Ramat Dandan to provide his presentation on effect of virtual reality learning on increasing motivation and enjoyment of Muhammadiyah Sukabumi University students. The floor is yours. You may start now. Thank you. It's okay, take your time. No signal. No worries. We will wait for you.